Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, our great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on these storms that have been hitting Texas lately. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says, Texas slammed by storms, producing 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts, grapefruit-sized hail, knocking out power to thousands. It says, powerful thunderstorms packing hurricane-force wind gusts and large hail swept across portions of Texas and Oklahoma on Sunday, knocking out power to tens of thousands of utility customers. NOAA's Storm Prediction Center had warned that a potential derecho could develop and track across North Texas overnight. However, the Fox Forecast Center determined that it did not come into fruition. In addition, two particularly dangerous severe thunderstorm watches were issued in portions of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. A PDS severe thunderstorm watch is extremely rare, with the National Weather Service only issuing these 25 times since 2006. Sunday's severe weather threat came as cleanup efforts were underway in the plains and southeast after deadly storms swept across those regions over the weekend. More than 200 storm reports were received by the SPC because of the storms on Sunday, including reports of damaging wind gusts and large hail. A 100-mile-per-hour wind gust, which is as strong as a Category 2 hurricane, was reported in the community of Gorey in Texas. A 90-mile-per-hour wind gust was reported in Lakeview, Texas, and numerous wind gusts between 80 and 90 miles per hour were also reported. Hail was also an issue, and there was a report of 4.25-inch hail in Claude, Texas. That's nearly as large as grapefruit. There was also several reports of hail between 2.5 and 2.75 inches across portions of central and north Texas. Yeah, so the Lord, turning it up. And that's the thing. That's how you know that America is falling apart, man. You got all of these storms, all of these tempests, these fires, these earthquakes. You got the protests that are happening. There's just so much going on in this country. And that's just a sign of the times, a sign that America really is at its end. And the water Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shai for that. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm, and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And these torrential rainstorms, these powerful windstorms, these hailstorms, the tornadoes, the hurricanes, these are all things that the Lord is visiting with. Isaiah 28:2, Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters, overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And the Lord is doing it. He's sending the hail. He's sending these destroying storms, and he's sending the floods. Because when it rains too hard for too long, streets do get flooded, neighborhoods get flooded, the highways get flooded. There can even be flooding at airports. And that all results in, the roads getting shut down and getting blocked off, and airport delays and flight cancellations and all of that. Psalms 11 and 6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. And that's what the Lord is doing. That's why Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and other places are getting hit with tornadoes. Because when you look up the definition of tempest, it means a violent windy storm, such as hurricanes or tornadoes. So, like I've been saying, and all the sincere brothers who are also pushing the word have been saying, there is no getting around these scriptures. Psalms 83:14, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And clearly that's what the Heavenly Father is doing. Torrential rain, hail, hurricanes, tornadoes, bringing non-stop judgment upon this wicked country. Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hegion Selah. That's right. So all the destruction from the hail, from the rain, from the tornadoes, from the soon-to-be hurricanes, from the fires, from the earthquakes, all the destruction that comes from the protests that are going on. All of these things is judgment from the Lord upon America. And it's only going to intensify, and it's going to be more destruction, and it's going to be more people getting wounded and killed. And that's just the time and season that we have entered into. 2 Timothy 3 and 1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, and we are clearly living in some perilous times. Some very dangerous, hard to bear, savage times. But those of us of the hopeful elect, we're going to stay prayed up. We're going to continue to watch and read and be circumspect and trust in the Lord. While the rest of these people continue to be wicked and ignorant, and they continue to get caught up in these judgments. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakudash. The Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Hadawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.